Hello, and today we are going to start with genome editing. Okay, the genome editing is developed by the first ever, the low pungent mustard based genome editing. So it was Cas9. What is it's not Cas9 form of the complex with guide RNA in a cell. RNA in a cell, and this complex attached to a matching genomics DNA sequence adjacent to a spacer. So Cas9 RNA complex cuts the double strand DNA. Programmed DNA may be inserted. Now this is a new mustard variety that was less pungent as it is lesser quantity or glucosinolate. So that is gene editing technique Varuna, and it is CRISPR-Cas9 and planned from evading pathogens. Indian mustard Brassica junicea, that was a type of the method of the altering the DNA. The editing of DNA physical traits like eye color mitigate disease risk, small detection, and that practice the cleaving DNA strand to affect the subsequent genome. So that was depending upon SDN, and that was the CRISPR. CRISPR is zinc finger nuclease transcription, and that was genetically modified organism of the gene editing incorporate the modification. GMO is a improvement in equality. GM crop is required the environmental clearance from the Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee, and that was Ministry of Environment. This committee is under the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change. So GM crop is a gene other species artificially inserted. So that was Bacillus thuringiensis cotton, genetically modified crop, transgenic crop, and the isolated gene from the soil bacterium, and that was the GM crop has been approved by commercial cultivation. It is known as the pink bollworm. So cry is a cotton resistant pink bollworm. That was cry 1I. GM mustard is the Dara mustard hybrid 11, and that was Dara mustard DMH, Dara mustard hybrid 11, and it is the Bacillus amyloliquefaciens, and that was transgenic crop. Now the US Food and Drug Administration is the world first enzyme replacement therapy. Enzyme the first recombinant protein product, and that was the congestional thrombotic and treatment where the replacement of the enzyme allow gene to be transferred across the different species. Gene drive technology application based on the gene drive technology was based on the produce. So a type of the genetic engineering technique of the Mendelian and normal, that was the Mendelian inheritance. So Cas9 enzyme molecular seizure, and that was a CRISPR. Short palindromic repeats are the genetically material gets inserted into the animal naturally occurring gene. It is increase the likelihood of that particular suits. Next is genome sequencing. So this DNA as a nucleotide, it is genome in an organism, and chromosome which is DNA and the genes. So short read sequencing, that was 50 to 30 ways more effective for application aimed to the counting the abundant sequences. This spread the sequences and metagenomics. Okay, study of the genetic composition. So chromosomes are the thread-like structure. 22 pairs of this chromosome is one pair sex chromosome and 46. So Y chromosome is the last human chromosome to sequence, and that was the telomeres. Telomeres are the cap and protect the end of the chromosome. That is telomeres, and the male determining because it is the genes, and junk DNA, that is sequence, don't contribute to the traits. Individual having the Y chromosome are related to the Y bearing as it is passed down the male parent offspring. Cell, nucleus, chromosome, and centromere and telomere, and last is gene. Y is always contribute to the sperm's X egg. Y is smaller than X egg. Y is single, and the Y represents 2% of the entire human genome. Now, genome sequencing is very important for disease diagnostic, agriculture management, forensic, and the environment. So, Human Genome Project, that was in 1990, and 2003 that was completed. 92% of the genome sequence, telomeres to telomere, that was a consortium. And Genome India project initiative of the Department of Biotechnology aims to collect the genetics and announce the completion of the sequencing. Whole genome sequencing was a self-declared Indian. Three parent baby, the powerhouse of the cell, generates the energy. Mitochondrial DNA. So it was mitochondrial donation treatment involved to the conceived child and the in vitro fertilization. Diseased mitochondria replaced by the healthy mitochondria and either of this egg, and the mitochondrial replacement therapy was a three parent babies and biological parents and the mitochondria from the donor egg. So most common technique is the maternal spindle transfer technique of the pronuclear transfer. Nucleus and nucleus is converted healthy mitochondria and donor egg, and parent nuclear material placed inside the donor egg, and that is genetic connection. People with poor quality of the eggs can have a biological related child and reproductive freedom. Some sex female is couple seeking a child genetical. So cell-free DNA. The small fragment of the nucleic acid form the outside the cell, and the DNA was quantity is the blood increase in pathogenic condition. So that was the detect the genetic abnormalities. Early detection of cancer can be used to the biomarker. Molecular motor are the remarkable molecule machine within a cell convert the chemical energy into the mechanical work. Stem cell. The patients receive the pre-treatment to please hematopoietic stem cell from bone marrow into the bloodstream. Stem cells are then infused back into patient. Collection of the patient blood cells. Stem cells are the separated and removed. Remaining blood is returned to the patient, and stem cells are the frozen. Now patient receives the supportive treatment. So this was the natural embryo. It is embryo like a beating heart and the beginning of the brain and the placenta and yolk. Understanding genetic disorder, biological behind the miscarriage, genetic, epigenetic, and environment, black box of the human development. So stem cells which are to develop the specialized cell and provide the new cells to the body, and it is the regenerative medicine research revolved around the use of stem cell, regenerating human cell tissue or organ that was restored, understanding the disease, and the stem therapy damaged tissue. So the autologous transplantation, allogeneic transplantation, and the toxicology. So there was a ICMR has released the national guideline for the stem cell research. Totipotent can make all three embryonic germs layer and the extra embryonic tissue, and pluripotent can make multiple lineage from all three embryonic germ. That was the ectoderm, mesoderm, and the endoderm embryonic stem cell. And the multipotent can make at least two different lineage and the embryonic germ, that was the hematopoietic, and the unipotent, that was only one cell is given. Related to the chimera. Chimera is the world's first live bird chimeric monkey, and chimera is a single organism composed of the cell. Natural animal of the kingdom has several for the chimeric including human. Trace the fetus genetic material, and that was the mother tissue is a child with microchimeric artificial. It can be done the stem cell transplant and bone marrow. CAR T cell therapy is chimeric antigen, that was a T cell therapy, and it was the central drugs of the standard control of organization. So Central Drugs Authority for the discharging the functions and regulatory control over the drugs. So CAR T is a cellular immunotherapy. That is the immunotherapy CAR T. Okay, and this is the attack infection causing pathogens, virus, bacteria, fungi, and parasite. So that is the CAR T cell is enabled to the locating destroying cancer cell. So CAR T, how it is work? See, it is a genetically engineering introduced protein, and that is the chimeric antigen receptor. Blood is drawn from the patient's while white blood cells and cell are now identified and the home in the canal cell. The CAR T cell is multiplied in the lab and then infused into the patient. So designed to the protein that was the lymphocytes. Biomarker provide the information the biological process. B cell are the it is the lymphomas. So that was the high precision single few infusion treatment, individual treatment. CAR T and the cytokinin release syndrome that was triggering the bloodstream, and the cytokinin important role in the normal immune system, and cytokinin from the lymphocytes are the white blood cells part of the immune system. T is directly invaders and the B's produce the antibody molecule that was invading. Both have the bone marrow and that was mediated immunity and the humoral immunity. Our next one is the CDSCO is approved the first indigenous developed animal derived tissue engineering scaffold, that was tissue engineering, and the biomedical engineering discipline tissue cellular. So the combined of the transplantation of the artificial skin and this cartilage. So kill switch cancer cells, and kill switch is discovered. It is to cancer death cell, that was kill switch, and the CD95 receptor, that is to die. And now CD95 is also referred to the first and future cancer drugs CD95 that could be the boost, and cancer have been treated for the surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation. So kill switch is for the cancer cells, and that is discovered to trigger the cancer cell, that was the kill switch. What is that? Is the kill switches. Diverse epigenetic epidemiology and partnership. DEEP. What is DEEP? So CSIR Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology is collaborating with this research, and that was diverse epigenetic and epidemiological partnership project. Pattern and the factor related to the health and epigenetics. It is the genetic changes in the DNA. So addition to the methyl group of the DNA molecule, high level of the DNA, that was deoxyribonucleic acid. Gene silencing, and gene silencing is a new treatment that is make use of the body natural process to control the disease, and that was temporarily blocking a specific gene of the message would be the otherwise. So the rational much of the population health research was the data collected, and many global community was under replacement. So there was a genomic database understanding, and it was health related measure to the people for the ground, and understand the genetic and non-communicable disease. So now genetic makers, it is the single nucleotides, polymorphines, and genetical marker are the GERB INI program. GERB INI program is Department of Biological. Now genetical marker was a special DNA sequence, and the polymerase chain reaction, that was a laboratory technique rapidly producing the million of the copies of the specific segment of the DNA. Okay, so that is all about IT and computer. National Quantum Mission. So quantum is for first meeting in the mission of the Governor Board. National Quantum Mission was discussed implementing agency, formation of the coordination. So it is the coordinating agency for the mission, Secretariat of the Department of Biotechnology. The overall supervision and guidance of the mission technology research was the given, that was 6,000 crore, and it was qubit, just like a binary bit 0 and 1. Information is classified in the basic unit information quantum computing. A physical qubit is the physical device that is two-stage quantum system, one component of the computer system, hydrogen. So that was a bit 1 and bit 2, 0 and 1. The quantum bit was 1 by 3 equals to 0 and 2 by 3 equals to 1. 50% of the 0, 50% of the 1. So to seed, nurture, scale up scientific R&D and the Department of Science and Technology mission duration, developing intermediate quantum computers and that developing the satellite base, and that was the country. The superposition and the entanglement linked, the entanglement and superposition. So this is along this developing intercity quantum keys, and it is the quantum computing, quantum material devices, quantum communication and quantum sensing. The harness law of the quantum physics, and that is behavior of the atomic, subatomic, different classical physical and times of the binary physical. So quantum computing was a higher error rates and the highly susceptible to the electromagnetic signal, temperature change and the disturbance in the magnetic field. Calculation and the power increased exponentially. It is optimizing the problems of the data, and a classical computer that was a low error in the room temperature calculation with the transistor of 0 and 1, and this power increased 1 to 1, and that was most for every day. So magnetometer, it is measuring the strength of the direction of the magnetic field. Atomic clock, that was the timing and communication. Design of synthesis of quantum materials such as the superconductor, single photon detector and the entanglement of the photon sensing. Metrological application is also given. Quantum coherence, so refer to the ability of the quantum system to maintain well-defined state and heat, pressure and the external forces. Essential various quantum technology, creation of the manipulation and entangled state of the superposition, and experiment decomposition of the quantum computer denomination. Artificial intelligence, AI. AI is the regulation, that was the European Union is the world first comprehensive AI lab. So that is the global partnership on the artificial intelligence, multi-stakeholder supporting cutting edge research and the AI research priorities. India AI, that was the launch to be this world first AI safety summit was given the Blenheim Park in the London, and that was the Blanchely Declaration. Blanchely Declaration, and that was AI is a 28 countries. India is a part of it. Ability to machine perform and the human intelligence. So that was a Blanchely Declaration, and that was used to the deep learning of the deep learning of the Chat GPT, Google Bard, Sora, Dell, Qtrim. Qtrim is the India AI model. So it is India's AI model, that is the Qtrim. And machine learning and neural networks, two part of the neural network, graphical processing unit and the multimodal AI, that was to combine the power of multiple inputs, and the frontier AI, that was the high model. Now AI is a methodology, deep learning, and they solve the problem of the mathematics need to manually extract the features and have a lower data volume. Deep learning, that was all deep learning is a neutral network that is using for the very high volume of data. So AI is very useful for the higher quality patients clinical health care, for business analytical, for other bring to electricity consumption, promote the innovative entrepreneurship and intelligence crop plannings and smart farming, and that was the AI for AI, and the fragmenting to folk market-based intelligence data-driven agriculture. Neural network, so neural network is a machine learning program make the decision in the manner similar to the human brain. So that is the neural network, and it was a node of artificial neural input layer, one of the hidden layers, and that was artificial neural network is given to be this and the multi-layer. Now deep fake, so governor social media intermediaries identify the misinformation of the deep fake, refer to the video image that is edited using the algorithm to replace the person. So fake body, sound, speech and environment or any other of the person information manipulated using them for artificial intelligence called the deep learning. So deep learning is a machine learning subset using the artificial neural network. Technological of the deep learning was the photoshopping, and that was the generating adversarial network of machine learning, generating take initial data of the discrimination, evaluate artificial neural network and the versatile fake swap model. Legal provision of India, no special legal provision, but now there was a copyright section 66A, E and D. Global measures was also watermarking. Web 3.0. It is titled Unlocking the Web 3 Potential India Journey to the Talent for the Product of Powerhouse, and that was 11% of global Web 3 is developed by Pool, and the Web 3 sector is projected creates the 2.2 million of the jobs. Financial stake, more control. Web communities are the static web, access to information. Web technology enable the interactive platform Facebook and peer-to-peer transactional of the interaction without intermediaries. Cryptocurrency, non-fungible tokens, decentralized autonomous organization provide the more secure data, and Web 1 and Web 2 control their own data. Blockchain-based social network and they operate by using this. So Web is what? Web is a blockchain-based, and that was the peer-to-peer learning talent exporter product powerhouse, and it is potential to journey talent. So that is the symbiotic web aims to interaction between human and the machine. It is 4.0 for human and machine, and 5.0 is control or identify the decentralized platform, free flowing of environment and develop the decentralized. If there is a decentralized, that is 5.0, and if there is a human and machine, that is 4.0, and if there is potential of the Indian journey, that is 3.0. Okay, 3 is the develop pool, and that is about the potential. So wave 1, wave 1.0, 1.0 was the static wave, and wave 2 was the technology interactive platform. 3 is the cryptocurrency and the decentralized autonomous organizations and control the data. That is the 3. 3 is for the blockchain technology. Okay, it is for the blockchain technology. Now that is C. Wave 1, that is the Yahoo and Google. Wave 2, that was the whole system, Google Plus, YouTube and everything, WhatsApp and all that. Wave 3 is all about the icon and Tron and new things which is coming, Ripple. Okay, and the future use a decentralized server, and the Wave 3 decentralized financing and asset tokenization, digital token, metaverse create an immense interconnected virtual experiences and digital identification of the that all. Now design and development of the blockchain framework. It was distributed and decentralized ledger technology, that is block of data. Center for Development of the Advanced Computing Data was smooth integration of the blockchain, and that was a third party cloud infrastructure management company. Blockchain service was given the national strategy of the blockchain. Ministry of MIT is working for the blockchain technology, and SaaS, software as a service, that was the model to the cloud computing, and the MS Office 365 and Yahoo software as a service customize the user interface, can change the data and access the data. Crypto mining. Recently, Bhutan, Singapore-based Bitdeer was raised 500 million to set up crypto mining in Himalaya, that is free of the carbon. Generating new coins, variety of the process, new transaction was decentralized network of the computers, and now fundamental to proof of the work. Cryptocurrency of the Bitcoin was proof work and the proof to the state add to the transactions and the protocols for the intended transaction keep the blockchain network decentralized, and the mechanism of the Bitcoin use the regulator creation of the blocks. So now there is a proof of the work. So there was a strong competition. Cryptocurrency rewards for the mines and decentralized method, and it is does not require the equipments, fast transaction, energy efficient. And now there was a proof of the cryptocurrency. It is expensive, high energy uses, slow transaction speed, higher transaction fees, coin hoarding होती रहती है. अब unproven larger scale may influenced by larger stakeholding and require this extensive investment. So, what is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency, how they choose to quantify, use the transactions, and that was a blockchain network and the creation of the block. So, different type of the crypto mining: central processing unit and graphic processing unit. Another is also given. Now, cryptocurrency is a decentralized digital blockchain technology subset of virtual currency, and that was the cryptographic key. It transformed data, prevent it from being read to tampered. So that is Bitcoin and Ethereum. Two is given. First was the Bitcoin, and second was the Ethereum. Okay, two are given. Now, market in the crypto assets. So European Parliament is the market is established the legal framework for the crypto assets, and that is the subcategorization of the electronic money and asset reference token. It is non-fungible, that is not fungible token, and that is decentralized central bank digital currency. Now there was a crypto. See, crypto is a digital representation, and that was the stable coin. Stable coin is a money token, and it is a security token that is process a stake in the real world, and the asset token that was represent real world assets, and the utility token that was the special access to the products and the services, and the non-fungible tokens that was the certificate of the ownership given the assets and whether that was cryptographic variable. Now that RBI has the trading, holding, mining crypto India illegal, and the Supreme Court was nullified when the RBI and was levied the income for the transfer of the visual asset. Prevention of money laundering 2022. New Delhi leader declaration that was working on this. New Delhi declaration, it was 2023, and it is working for the cryptocurrency, okay. Now next one is the 3D technology, additive manufacturing we can say. So it is digital model of the computer aided design, and that was layering, for the layering, and it was the lower inventory, reduce the time, complex design, little novice. Ministry of MIT is a national for additive manufacturing and medical, health, reconstruction, artificial construction, industry, aviation, automobile, and that was tire, and the art of design, jewelry. So innovation of the 3D printing was special material to use to the print the change in the shape, stimulate the trigger to the start the transformation of moisture, and it was a material used the hydrogen thermoresponsive photo, and that was the self-assembly, self-adaptive, and the self-healing and self-capability. Wi-Fi technology recently based on the company was the given to the Wi-Fi technology, and that was the given Institute of Electronics and Electronic Engineering, and that was the compatibility of the different lower latency and the multi-link operations, speed the capacity, and that was the base station router and accessing device, enable the adoption of the cloud-based wireless application, and medicinal field addressing emerging technologies demands such as Internet of Things, and enhance user experience in advanced application for the resolution. Now Wi-Fi is what? So see, the Wi-Fi 4, 5, 6 and 7. 4 600 Mbps, 7 Gbps, 9.6 Gbps, and 36 Gbps, that is 7. And it is 2.4 GHz, 5, 2.5 and 5. It is multiple input output, multiple MIMO and the beam forming, and that was the orthogonal frequency division, multiple access, and wider adaptive puncturing technology. Puncturing technology, it is in Wi-Fi 7, that is expected to be in 2024. It is Wi-Fi 7, and Wi-Fi 19, that was the orthogonal frequency division, multiple access, and the MIMO is the multi-user MIMO beam forming. It was 2013. Wi-Fi 5 and 6 is 2019, that was orthogonal frequency division, multiple access, and MLO, that was a wider channel, and adaptive puncturing technology, it is Wi-Fi 7. Facial recognition technology, The Ministry of Communication has the AI based the facial recognition, artificial intelligence facial recognition was given solution for the subscribed verification, and that was under the Sanchar Sati India AI powered tool identify the SIMs and the forged. So there was a citizen mobile connection issued the developer Department of Telecommunication, and it was central equipment identify registry that was the blocking the stolen mobile, and the telecom analytical for the fraud management, facial recognition telecom for subscriber verification. So Param Siddhi supercomputer and Param Siddhi, and that was the convolution neural network. So that was the way of identifying an individual identify using their face and identify the photos, and the computer algorithm that was facial landmark and they convert this into the numerical codes. So crime investigation and the airport Digi Yatra initiative, banking that was given the safer password, healthcare assist to the patient for the records of the patient registration of the healthcare facility, typing and navigation and face recognition, the chemical that was the vein recognition, fingerprint, voice recognition, these all things were given there. Now next is supercomputer. So AI supercomputer Eravat is the 75 in the 500 global supercomputer, and Center for Development of Advanced Computing Maharashtra, India largest fastest AI supercomputer, that was the Ubuntu. Its name is Ubuntu. And now National Program on Artificial Intelligence was the umbrella for the mighty high performance computing system and floating point operation second, that was the 500. Param Siddhi Pratyush Mehir, India is the supercomputer Param 8000. Param Shivai is the first supercomputer national supercomputing mission, that was the Shivai and 2019. And they launched the goal connect the R&D and grid knowledge of the network. Supercomputer will be network on the national supercomputing grid, and Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of MIT was the center for development of this. The cutting edge technology, aerospace engineering, weather forecasting, energy exploration and defense, and the health medicine. Now next one is the Digital India program, that was the program next generation partnership startup and academia, and that was a reduced infrastructure and the computer cost and the open source infrastructure. There was the wearable guidance smartphone and the internet of things, high performing data. The net neutrality, that was the TRI is working for the telecom service provider, the open equal internet everyone and regardless device application platform. Internet service provider was should treat the internet data user equally, and the prohibition the discriminatory tariff and the data service for this. So this was telecom provider was a changing different rates, net neutrality. Now next one is the content is series of the application provided enter into the public internet. The communication, that was WhatsApp and telecom, and include the service for the media service. There was a telecom dispute settlement affiliate TDSET, and TDSET is working for try require any permission or a license for the union government and MIT. Now the 5G ecosystem and third generation partnership, 7 telecommunication standard development of the cellular telecommunication technology. Telecom regulatory TRI is working for the 5G network, global wireless standard 2G, 3G and the 4G and the GPS and low latency, more reliability and massive network. 5G is a network that is set up for the 3GP based network, and that was improved speed, data security, latency is controlled and customization. 5G is the given MSME BharatNet connection of the rural India, optical fiber. 5G is the level forum for the fiberization, and 6G is the higher frequency and greater speed and lower latency. And 6G is given that was the high performance computing, edge computing, and Bharat 6G Alliance, that was the collaborating platform for the public private company. Free space optical communication, Project Tara. Project Tara is a recently light beam internet technology Africa and India, free space optical communication. So Project Tara and Li-Fi, that was a 1 Gbps, and Wi-Fi is 150 Mbps. Use light as a carrier, radio as a carrier, wider spectrum, less wider spectrum, cheaper, that is expensive. It is point to point and 100 to terahertz, 2.4 gigahertz. Now there was a Li-Fi work for the visible light communication. Large amount of the data will be transferred, and light on-site technology. Data, voice and the video communication is achieved maximum 10 Gbps, and that was optical fiber capable network. Only the difficult, that was optical beams. Advantage: cost effective, quickly employable, transmitter data. Military application, last mile access, telecommunication, computer network. Single reliability of the customized condition of the fog and hedge. Interruption like the birds flying, and require the better mirror for the control. And it was the earliest alphabet, that was the Project Loon. And Project Loon was the stratospheric balloon internet. And Starlink project, that was a SpaceX, and that was internet to remote location. SpaceX and Starlink project and the Project Loon, two things was given there. Next is organic light emitting diode. A flat light emitting technology, series of the organic films, and that was the role of the display the clothing and made this OLED transparency, and that was active matrix organic light emitting diode. So that was the bake to the lit display, self emissive display, and inorganic LED brake lights, and organic and inorganic. So LCD liquid crystal displays the high brightness, OLED is a low, and that was very high. So there was a long, short and very long, and that was the slow, medium and the fast. Okay, other important news: Metaverse. Metaverse is a 3D enabled virtual reality space. It is provide a digital experience of the alternatives replica of the real world. So infrastructure layer होती है virtualization, interface access and the use experiences like sale, trading, storage, creating. Baros is a made in India mobile operating system. IIT Madras project was a Department of Science. It is no default app and the native over the air of the private app stored services. The subscriber identification modules. Microchip identifier subscribe given network and the mandatory mobile phone global system for the mobile communication, and that was the eSIM. So eSIM is a hardware, and that was the reprogramming. eSIM is means to can switch the profile easily and needed to transfer the eSIM also. So eSIM is very microchip identifying the subscriber given network, and that is SIM card, subscriber identification module. Okay, now the gatekeepers. So gatekeepers are the Apple, Amazon, Alphabets and ByteDance, Meta, and these all are the gatekeepers. So 6 big companies are gatekeepers: Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, ByteDance, Meta and the Microsoft. And gatekeepers are company to face the highest level of scrutiny for the Digital Market Act. Okay, now Maya operation system, increasing cyber and malware attacks. So there is a Maya operating system. It is to edit, modify, reuse and endpoint detection of the system of the Chakravyuh. Wireless vibration sensor. The Israel Defense Force using the wireless Internet of the Thing and sensing the component accelerometers, detection of the crash, collision and the detection of the accidents and the laptop. So that is wireless vibration network. Now these all about the important things which we discussed, and now space technology will be going to discuss after this. So